Real talk, real talk, real talk. Tim McGee.
Interview. A visibly pregnant Duchess of Sussex told Oprah Winfrey her royal life in London left her suicidal.
I just didn't want to be alive anymore. And that was a very clear and real and frightening, constant thought. And I remember how he just cradled me, and I went to the institution, and I said that I needed to go somewhere to get help. I said that I've never felt this way before, and I need to go somewhere. And I was told that I couldn't, that it wouldn't be good for the institution.
So were you thinking of harming yourself? Were you having suicidal thoughts?
Yes, this was very, very clear.
The young family sharing a video from a Californian beach. But Meghan says before she had baby Archie, there were conversations about his status in the royal family and about his race.
In those months when I was pregnant, all around this same time, so we have in tandem the conversation of he won't be given security, he's not going to be given a title, and also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
What? And you're not going to tell me who had the conversation?
I think that would be very damaging to them.
Welcome to another episode of Real Talk with Tim McGee. Today we want to talk about the royal family and all the turmoil that's going on in their family. But before we get to that, I want to address some household issues as far as a video I posted a couple of days ago about the All-Star Weekend. I have some correction because I titled it All-Star Weekend and 6ix9ine is chased off a stage at the All-Star game. Well, I want to apologize to my viewers because apparently the video that I posted up is an old video of him being chased off the stage, which I had no idea about, and quite frankly I'm kind of embarrassed about it because you know, I want to be credible. You know, I don't want to just post stuff to switch and bait and try to get views, because that's not how I operate. I'm not no big time YouTube blogger, you know, but if I want to do that, I want to be credible. So I want to apologize for that and correct that. And I also believe that I'm going to have real footage where it really is recently that he got chased off the stage. So thank you for all those who are has been subscribing to my page and all those who haven't subscribed, but let me know that this is an old video. I usually do a lot of vetting. I should have realized something when I went to go look up follow-up stories. I couldn't find anything about it, but apparently this video happened at the old All-Star game, and when I saw it this weekend, it was dated 2021 All-Star game. And so I ran with that, and for that I apologize. Okay, now that I got that embarrassing thing out the way, let's talk about all of this turmoil that's going on, you know, the soap opera mess that's going on with the royal family. As you can see, I said royal supremacy. And the reason why I said that is because, first of all, there's not a whole lot of European kingdoms or any kingdoms that still have kings. There are some, but it's rare. But the monarch is basically a system of, you know, king and queen and so forth and things like that. And if you haven't paid attention to the interview that Prince Harry and the Duchess Merkel gave with Oprah, then you really should check it out, because the whole world's talking about it. And the reason why I think it's important is we have to put things in perspective. First of all, like I said in my title, Queen Elizabeth is the mother of white supremacists, or white supremacy. And before people start yelling and yelling at the screen and pressing your hate on the keypad, understand where I'm coming from. The reason why I say that England is, you know, the home and the mother, and the Queen Elizabeth is the mother of white supremacy is because let's look at the history of white supremacy. As a matter of fact, we can go back to slavery. Great Britain is the mother of America. Let's be clear about that. The founding fathers of America, majority of them was from England, Great Britain, and all of that old shit. They were from England. And we know America gets all the shame for slavery, but let's do a history check. Before we get into the racist things that Harry and his wife has been dealing with, let's just do a timeline. First, I want to start with slavery. You do know that Great Britain, England, and all the names they have, you do know that they did start slavery. Yes, before America. Like mother, like daughter, like father, like son. America started slavery in 1619. We all know that because Trump just signed 400 years of black people's existence in this continent, and that started with slavery in 1619. Well, Great Britain, England started slavery in 1562. They started slavery before America, and they abolished slavery before America in 1833. America started slavery in 1619 and didn't abolish it until 1865, 35 years after England abolished slavery. So, as you can see, England is leading the way in all of that. And people try to act like, oh, England is the good of the two evil. England, they don't have a race history, and they do. As a matter of fact, all the people from America, the white people, are from England. So it makes sense that they have the same thing. It was England and Great Britain over in Africa taking over all those black people, misusing them. So don't give me nothing about this royal family. That royal family don't mean nothing to people with my color. Because all our royal families was taken into slavery when your royal kingdom invaded our kingdom. And now you guys trying to throw rocks and hide your hand. I mean, you got to understand that Great Britain and England may not have the history of abusing their slaves like America. They may not have the history of the civil rights movement, but they do in their own way. Apartheid was Europeans from England that was over there doing all that racist shit with black people in Africa. So even though America is more polarizing, this is not anything new. You have the Queen and somebody in the royal family worried about the complexion of Prince Harry and his wife's child. They were concerned with how dark the baby was going to be. Prince Harry didn't want to reveal, or his wife wanted to reveal who they was because they said it would be very damaging, but it's damaging regardless. But I believe that it's all of them. It starts with the Queen. You know what I mean? You got to remember, this shit goes way back to the Queen is a mob, man. She's the oldest living mob in the world. We do know that the Queen had a big problem with Princess Diana and how she was fucking with Dodi Fayed or whatever his name is. He was a rich Arabian billionaire, Muslim, and he died with Princess Diana when they were killed. Don't get it twisted, they were killed. And I think that has helped mold Harry in the back of his mind, knowing that his family had something to do with his mother's death. So I think that has something to do with him going outside the box and marrying someone that wasn't white. The reason why monarchy are more racist than regular families is because monarchy is history. So they are about bloodlines. So you know, even though they may not say it openly, they had a problem with Harry marrying somebody that was black. And then the stories start coming out, people whispering about what color the complexion the baby's going to be. Everyone has a title, from Prince William and his wife, Katie, the Duchess. Everyone have a title except Harry's son. Harry's son, Archie, doesn't have a title. He should be a prince. But basically, he's just a regular ass baby. And a lot of people talking about, oh, well, because he's not next in line. You don't know that because Prince William could die, Prince Charles could die, and Prince William's son can die, which that would make Prince Harry next in line to be king, and then his son. So they are trying to eliminate the possibility that one day her son could become king. And God forbid he does like his father and marry outside his race, which means marry somebody black. Now imagine one day, 30, 40 years from now, him becoming king and he marries a black wife. That means the royalship will go from being a traditionally all white family to now it's untransferred over to black. And that's why they're worried about that. I get it, but I think it's wrong. I mean, you guys supposed to be the image and of the city, of the country, and you're leading people, but yet you're showing people that it's okay to be racist. They're trying to deny it, but yet again, they're not trying to deny it. They just trying to say it's, you know, it's different interpretations and, you know, it's concerning and blase, you know, but they did deny it, but they're not admitting it, you know, and so you got to look at the Queen. The Queen had a problem with Harry and his wife. Prince Charles, Harry's dad, has a problem with him and said he's disappointed. His brother has a problem with him. So right now, he's an outcast. He's like the prodigal son, you know. They took away his security detail, so he don't have no protection. They stopped giving him money. He's royal blood, but they stopped giving him money. He said the only way he survived is the money that his mother, Princess Diana, left him. And he, like he said, she seen this coming because, you know, she was estranged first and they killed her. So, and then you have all these other people in Great Britain doing their racist stuff when he got engaged to her. All the racist shit they were saying, straight out of Compton, and she's ghetto, and, you know, all this shit. And the royal family didn't say anything, but when it comes to Kate, Prince William's wife, oh, she's white, so they love her. You know, and they're giving her a different type of reception and acceptance that they're giving Prince Harry's wife. And my outtake on this is, we know the history of both these countries. You know, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. America and Great Britain are the same people, except America, like most kids, end up being worse than their parents, and that's exactly what America did. America became worse racist than Great Britain. And then you have the media. You have the what's his name, Pierce Morgan, that used to work for CNN. I never liked his European racist ass anyways, because you can tell in his undertone in his voice, you know. But he been killing Marco, because I just found out that the same night that she met Harry, her husband, she went out on a date with this old motherfucker. And, you know, they said she had a little bit of drink, so he put her in the cab in the Uber, and she went home. And he said he never heard from her again. So he feels some type of way. Every time he's doing interviews on Good Morning Britain, he's always hating on her and just downing her. And now we see why, because he has a personal tie. He feels some type of way, and he gets interviewed about, oh, he likes to brag that, oh, he basically was with her first, he had a chance. No, he didn't, because if he had a chance, it's because you went with her, don't mean you had a chance. She didn't like you, and she never hit you up again. She met Harry that night, and it's been a wrap since. So he stormed off his set the other day because he basically was being racist, you know, and, you know, they think the Queen is above reproach. How you gonna talk about our Queen? She's a racist, old ass, 94, almost 100 years old racist. She's been around for a very long time. You know, her parents were over England and Great Britain when slavery. Her great grandparents and her parents were in that era, 1800, of when slavery was abolished. So it goes back to her bloodline that there was people in her family that was on the throne. So they feel some type of way about interracial dating, you know, because they're a royal family. So they want to keep their bloodline pure, and I think that's bullshit, you know, and that's why I don't respect the royal family. To me, it's bullshit. You know, it's just for show and tell, and I think this is a fucked up story. And, you know, Harry and his wife's gonna have to be careful, because we already seen what they did to Princess Diana. We know they killed her in that car accident. That was no accident, but she was doing too much, and they had to save face. You know, she's supposed to be You know, if she would have been queen, you know, if her husband, if Queen Elizabeth died, her husband became king, she would have been queen. But instead, she separated with her husband and got with a Muslim. And so this is for history. And they're looking at this, and you know, Queen Elizabeth old ass is just sitting at home in her old ass way, just mad and hateful. And so we have to call this shit out. You know, I'm bothered by it. It's like we can't get away from racism, you know, but white people, and not all white people, you know, because like I said, one of my best friends is white, and there's a lot of good white people, you know, we know this. But we also know that the royal family is conservative and Republican, and we know the history of Republicans in America, they're racist. The same thing in England, the history of the Republicans, Conservative Party is racist. So this is a troubling story. I'm going to keep watching this, but we know what Great Britain is. They try to act like they're so appalled with racism, but no, you got a history too, just like America got a history. And I'm gonna keep checking this story out. But my condolence, you know, even though they didn't die, but it's still, I give my sympathy to Harry and his wife, because like she said, she having mental problems, she been suicidal, and you know, when she went and revealed a lot of stuff to Oprah, the whole world's talking about this. So now the family's embarrassing. It's embarrassed. And so, and they should be, you know, because I think it's crazy, and I have nothing but the utmost respect for Prince Harry, because it's white people like him that helps racial divide. When you don't see color, you are a role model. And when you do see color, you are a role model in a negative way for those who ideology is white supremacists or white supremacy and hate. And even though I don't think the Queen and them is outright hateful like the Nazis, they're still prejudiced, and they still have what do you call it? That entitlement of whiteness, you know, white privilege. And they feel, oh, because she's black, she should be thankful that we let her into the royal family. And I think that's a problem. And I'm gonna keep watching this story. And yeah, man, it's a fucked up situation. You know, I look at baby Archie, and he looks white. You know, so you know they're worried about him and how he's gonna look. And I feel sorry for the baby, because he's now going to grow up knowing that he was born into a racist ass family that is not happy with the fact that his mother is not white. So he's gonna grow up divided because his dad is white and his mom is black. And he's gonna hear about what happened to his grandmother, and he's gonna grow up feeling some type of way. I think he's gonna be an outcast. And the family's trying to deny it, but that's how racist people do. They smile in your face, but they feel some other type of way, you know? And you can see it. Soon she said she was engaged, they just started doing all type of race shit, born in Compton, straight out of Compton. And they know that these are all racist overtones, you know? So like I said, I'm gonna continue to check out this story, but shit pisses me off, man. But this is Real Talk with Tim McGee. Thank you for supporting me. Like, support, and subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification button so you can know when I post other stories like this.